Hi, I'm Ronna Graff with Grace Blue Interior Design, and welcome to our Newport, Nantucket home. Right now, you're entering our Newport, Nantucket home. And as you can see, it's such a beautiful grand entrance. When you walk in, you come through this beautiful rounded arch door made out of steel and opaque glass. And you come into this barrel vaulted ceiling that is lined with brick and this beautiful dental detail that you're going to see throughout the space and exterior into the house as well. When you first enter the space, you're welcomed into this very warm, inviting staircase along this beautiful wall that's clad in stone. This stone is carried from the exterior and it feels like the inside is part of the outside. We are in the great room of this beautiful home, and it's one of my favorite spaces because there's so many unique elements in this space. One of my favorite parts of this home is this centerpiece that's very much architectural detail. That is where the fireplace, and this is a pillar of the home. And I wanted it to kind of create this balance between the traditional with all of the paneled ceilings, the paneled walls, but I wanted it to feel kind of masculine and stately. And then tailoring it with this custom designed fireplace, this beautiful white quartzite fireplace mantle. So it again has that very tailored look, gives this modern approach. And then inlay, you can see there's again repeating that steel and those brass rivets. The kitchen is really part of the cheeriest part of this home. It's super bright and light, and we really played homage to the architecture of the home. The architect and I worked really well together to create these divisions of spaces within this larger space. It is quite a large kitchen, but you'll notice that the exterior part of the kitchen is all steel windows, white and bright. It's meant to feel like an extension of the outdoors. Because our homeowner is such an entertainer and he loves to cook, we created this piece as kind of the center and the heart of the home and the heart of the kitchen, because a lot of time is spent in this kitchen. So I pushed for this beautiful signature color blue La Cornue range, and as you can see, it's quite the statement piece. Again, we put it on this beautiful backdrop that was simple. We did not want to compete with the La Cornue. We wanted it to be itself a statement piece. And so we had to put it on a traditional, just white brick, glazed brick backsplash. So we wrapped this all the way. So again, it feels like it's again a monolithic architecture piece in the house. We are now in the pool room cabana bar, and this is probably one of the most fun spaces that we had to design, and it was honestly one of the most personality driven for our client. We created this space with a lot of intention here, and there's a lot of different seating arrangements because this is really where people gather. You'll see at the end of the night, at the end of a party, everybody is in this space gathering around almost like this pub-like bar. And it's a little bit darker, a little bit moodier. We added paneling again to the ceiling to kind of create this modern feel. One of the coolest features is this pub also wanted to be reminiscent of our client's worldly travels. So there's always artifacts that he's bringing back from his travels, and they're conversation starters. So you'll see throughout the space, there's little antiquities that are found throughout the world. And then with this traveling, we wanted to create, almost like a little bit of a sexy vibe. So you'll see that we use a lot of cheetah print. And the coolest thing is, if you look closely, the backdrop to the backsplash of the bar is actually a cheetah print mirror from Anne Sachs. This is the grand foyer, but if you look up, you'll see this beautiful skylight that envelops the entire rooftop of this space. The original architecture was that half of the space would be a skylight. But after further review, we really decided all together as a team that we wanted the space to be both sides a skylight with a ridge beam and then these beams running across. As we discovered this, we really loved how this enveloped the space with light, and the light cascaded down on this beautiful stone architectural wall. So when designing a space, I really love to mix modern and traditional, and I say it again and again, but this bed is a perfect example, and the furniture that we created. I really love the use of this traditional canopy bed with this rich, dark, sexy, navy blue leather top, then just oversized pillows that kind of create this not so formal feeling. And as you can see, going over here, you'll see our client has a very beautiful collection of art that's very contemporary in nature. So you'll see throughout the house these really fun, even pop art or just pops of color that really stand out and let the art speak, but it's really an interesting connection throughout the whole space. The office that we are standing in right now is really one of my favorite design spaces. This room kind of has multi-purpose. It's also a guest bedroom if it needs to be. We have a sofa sleeper. We have this nice little sitting area. We have this beautiful desk that overlooks the entire harbor, and who would not want to work from home in this space? We have this gorgeous fabric wall covering that has this beautiful texture of navy blue and blues, and it feels very longitude in the sense that it's a very vertical stripe. So we use textures with plaids and brass. We had this custom autumn design, so that's a very leather, masculine feel. And then we have just different artifacts from our client's collection and lots of pieces that really make his story be told. This home is the perfect blend of modern and traditional. With its style rooted in Nantucket basis, the architect is a master of condensing and expanding the spaces so that you can see throughout the home how we created the indoors and the outdoors that flow together.